Talk to us. Double
They're
main.
playing on
That's a
top
double.
lane.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh god.
Top lane.
We
So,
crushed.
Yeah, and got crushed. It was your fault though, because you were listening to my over-aggression. You should have said no, Sin. That's a bad idea. But
Well,
these guys,
I'm always up for aggression.
These two are great together, because obviously Centaur's only weakness in lane, to be honest, or he has two. He's not ranged, and he needs to get in close to use his spells. Some melee heroes can use ranged spells, obviously, but he doesn't have that.
God.
But now Tusk can work as an initiator for Centaur, so they can snowball in, and then if they get in, they will one-shot any of Sigma's heroes. They don't have any health at all.
So squishy. That's so true.
It's a really nice combination for Fnatic for that lane, and they did get the Meepo for No Tail. I think I have to still say it must be a support, and I think they'll play the Warlock as a core. I'm still curious about exactly how Fnatic are planning on running this. I think the Centaur will actually go solo offlane.
Really?
Because they'll want Trixie in a solo offlane position, and if Sigma International do an easy lane tri-lane, they will play Meepo on support, get a few levels in the jungle early on, and then rotate with Tusk. I think that's probably going to be their approach, but it's really hard to say for now. And if you look at Sigma's lineup, they got really good heroes too. They have great synergy with pushing power with Shadow Shaman and Pugna, the Ice Blast and Eclipse combination, great team fight. Their lanes are also pretty good. I think Sigma once again managed to get a really good draft, but I'm not expecting an 11-minute GG here. Definitely not.
This is probably the craziest lineup I've ever seen in a... We'll call this a competitive game, because it basically is. As Magnus is going to be the last pick. Some fight to go for Sigma. The Pugna ward is going to be okay, but... does it work on Meepo clones? The Nether ward?
So Dota 2 has been through these stages with what was the most bugged. We started out with the bear, then we reached Visage Familiars, and now it's the Meepo clones. That's kind of been like the three most bugged things in the game, I think.
Battle.
I'm not sure if I said that the last time we saw Meepo, but if one of the illusions of Meepo dies, he doesn't drop the gem on the main one, for example, as well. So,
is that still the case?
I don't think it's been fixed. I'm not sure about it, but it's a really weird bug, but... As it always is with these games, this is important to keep in mind, it's not the player's fault. So, if he feels like it's good to get a gem, there's no point in disallowing a Meepo from getting a gem, because it's a legit pickup and it's totally okay. The fact that it doesn't drop when the illusions are killed is not the team's problem. It's the problem of the other team, obviously, but we generally... The mentality for pretty much the entirety of Dota 2 has been... The game mechanics set the limit, and if something is bugged, it will get fixed. If something is broken, it will get fixed. But it's possible we're going to see it in this game. I'm not completely sure about it yet, but... I think it's a better solution than saying, no, you cannot carry a gem on Meepo until it's hotfixed. You know, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
And we're not going to make secondary rules like that anyway.
Yeah, definitely not. That'll be like the old days, disallowing people from getting
more than 2 necros. You can only have one refresher up for no reason. Only one mech, because 2 mech...
Was that I don't remember that one. Did mechs used to
played
stack?
at that phase. Yeah, I think the mech heal stacked. You could have 1 mech, 2 necro books, 1 refresher orb, and there was one more thing I think that was limited. I'm not sure which one.
The battle begins.
I definitely remember the necro book one. That was a little bit more legitimate back in the day. I mean, that was... Even now that we've seen some rat Dota come into effect with that item in particular, it was pretty game-breaking back in the day. I think the Necro units were far superior than they are currently. I could be wrong. I just remember them feeling that they were the best item in the game by far. But anyway, let's go to the lineup. So Fly playing the support Warlock, so that's not something we're expecting. No Tail, of course, the Meepo. Big surprise there. Era on the Centaur. This is going to be a farming tri-lane of sorts. They playing the Invoker mid, and Tusk, the off-lane hero. Played by Trixie.
So Fnatic chose a little different approach than I expected. I did expect them to run a solo off at Trixie. Wow, that's really confident of him right now. He could be killed right here. This is way overconfident by Trixie. Easy kill.
First blood.
Wow. Okay.
Sigma, he totally underestimated the fact that there could be an Ancient Apparition with Chilling Touch, and he's even playing without a Stout Shield, because he got boots first, so... Sigma are going to be happy with that. That was just flat out overconfidence from him. Anyway, let's look at Sigma really quickly. We've got Paris playing the Luna. Mad will be playing the Shadow Shaman together with Passes Ancient Apparition as the support duo. We've got Fata playing the Pugna in the mid lane. And then finally Miggle will be playing the off-lane Magnus, who has We didn't really talk too much about the Magnus, but obviously their AoE combo with him is fantastic. But there's nothing really setting the Magnus up, so he needs to be the initiator here, which is perhaps going to be hard, because if you're playing a solo offlane mag, you generally don't get the Blink Dagger that early.
Talking about no setup, well, in this bot lane, Era has no setup either, and that's something that we saw in the game previous when Centaur was picked, I believe. I mean, where he didn't get the blink right away, which is a huge mistake in hindsight. They have no setup. I mean, Warlock has nothing other than the right click to harass Miggle, which Miggle's not going to care too much about. No Tail, of course, once he gets his... I have to actually check the name of the skill. Earthbind. I'm just going to call it net for all intents and purposes. Once he gets his net, that'll set up a little bit, but it's still something you have to layer, and I'm assuming he's just going to want to go in the jungle after a while anyway, as he might have a gank attempt in mid. Smoke is used, as we see Trixie actually, he could kill the courier. He's actually going for the courier. Faded's taking a lot of damage. He's going to try to kite them as much as possible. Ani, Miggle's here to take the kill, and they do. This is a huge turnaround for Sigma. Oh my god, Fnatic is just... It's just like last game, it feels like. He got so greedy with that courier. Shagbark.
I actually think he didn't. I think he realized it too late, right? It was like Trixie and Hani didn't agree what they wanted to go for, and then Hani went for the Pugna, and Trixie went for the courier. If they went for the same thing, I think they would have got one of them, you know? And then it's about which one do you prefer at this point. I think... I don't know. Both would have been good, and maybe that's why they weren't sure either. They were like, oh look, there's a courier, but the Pugna's low! But we want the courier! This courier from Cyborg Matt, you know? But... They ended up getting neither,
really hate Cyborg Matt.
And the rotation from Sigma was just perfect. I think they realized it because the Tusk obviously went missing from the top lane. It's so obvious when the offlaner on level 1 goes missing like that and has no jungling potential. He has to go mid. There's no other place really that Trixie could go unless he would rotate the whole way to the bottom lane where there's already 3 heroes. So attempt from Fnatic just seemed a little bit desperate. Didn't work, and Sigma, beautiful game sense once again. They're a different team this week than they've been in the previous weeks.
For sure.
It's just
for
obvious.
sure. No Tail. Able to initiate on this lane is a disaster. I'm sorry. Like, you can't set up Centaur and he's just going to be the farmer. I mean, if he gets the early Blink Dagger, then they could salvage this a little bit, but I really thought, I was really excited for the Tusk combination with him. I thought that would have been great as Miggle just taking more damage, but they can't. It's going to be a difficult kill. Of course, with his skewer, how does that interact with Earthbind? So like, I think he like skewers away, but he's stuck in place where he lands, right?
Exactly. So the only repositioning abilities you can't use in nets or in snares are blink-based abilities. So you can still leap, you can still skewer, you can still force staff, etc. But it doesn't break the net. So you're going to be rooted at your target location afterwards if you use it while you're rooted. As Paris is going to kill. God. I didn't actually catch that. That was a 2-man kill as well. AA wasn't even there. And Trixie, this is a really bad day for Fnatic already, we could say. And we talked about before the match that this is actually pretty important for them in order to have a chance at getting the top position even in our tournament, but...
My god, he's still taking some damage.
Not looking good for them. Fata's even gonna stab him. Trixie's gonna die again. He just came back. He's 0-4 in 4 minutes.
Top tower is under attack.
I think... Sorry, I thought there was gonna be a kill by him. This was an obvious kill that we were gonna get. I mean, is this really that big of a surprise once the lanes were organized that Tusk is dying to a 1v3, even a 1v4 in this situation? What can he do as that hero? Like, it's not, I feel like it's not a good offlane hero at all.
Is under attack.
It's hard when you're playing against this kind of prowling, but the thing is, if Magnus wouldn't have got anything either, then they could have just traded for, you know, nothing for nothing. But Fnatic's easy lane, they've kept Magnus on level 3, which is okay. Trixie's level 2 and died 4 times, that's not okay. So the decision making in that regard, Trixie's just been too confident, I think. He's exposed himself too much to try to get the experience. The gank mid failed too. And now Fnatic need a buffer. They need time. And I think the Meepo actually is their attempt at a buffer now. He's gonna rotate mid. He already has level 3, so has 2 Meepos at this point. Vata, he senses it, because no one is pressuring Miggle on the bottom lane. So where is Warlock? Where is Meepo? Kind of only one up.
Just looking at the levels is very telling tale here. Ancient Apparition obviously low on this game, but his lane has absolutely dominated here. No Tail looking to initiate. Again, there's the Tusk snowball. I don't think it's going to hit though. Pugna's going to get out just fine. Ice Charge are going to hit. Here come 2 TPs. Lucent Beam along with the Decrepify dealing a little bit of damage, but a nice Tornado is going to avoid any more aggression from Sigma. So that's one good thing out of here is Hani's doing just fine overall. He's the highest level in the game. This rune's gonna be picked up by Fata.
I think that was okay for Fnatic. They forced 3 TPs and they got out, so that was pretty good. And if they would have overcommitted there, they could have just been in an even worse position. What do you do right now if you're Fnatic? You need to get levels on the
Blink Dagger
support.
on Centaur.
Yes, he needs a Blink Dagger and he needs his ultimate, which he has now. This is the best way for them to initiate in the fight. If now it might be Era on the receiving end instead. He's gonna get hexed. Shackle, not gonna be in range actually. Turnaround by Fnatic here. Trixie coming in.
Might be done for though. They're gonna be able to get a trade. Doesn't get any experience for the Rasta kill. And Trixie in the meantime, is this gonna be his 5th death? He does get a kill. There comes the skewer. 1 right click to go. Invoker gets the kill on Puck in the mid lane, looks like. As this is a double kill from Miggle. 2 to 8 in Sigma's advantage. Although they're very far behind as far as the early game's concerned, that Blink Dagger is gonna do absolute work once he picks it up. And he was decently close, which now, oh god, he actually bought something. What did he buy? So now he's like 1,000 away still.
I think he bought the Ring of Basilius right then, didn't he? That was still good for Fnatic though, and for staying alive in this game, that they got something done.
Radiant's
We're
top
gonna
tower
have
is
something
under
that's not good for
attack.
Fnatic, which is Warlock dying. Fata now being pressured again by Hani. Hani, we know on his Invoker, we haven't highlighted that so much in this game. He is an incredible Quasic Sword Invoke player in particular.
In the combo. Top lane, Snowball, Centaur, and... Oh, yes!
Radiant's bottom
That should have been
tower
from the
is
start of the
under
game,
attack.
Cinderin. Let's not kid ourselves here.
good!
Is that your imitation of me? Excellent. I like it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty accurate.
It is. I'll agree with that. Matt uses a
bottom
smoke
tower
on
is under
himself.
attack.
Interesting. Gonna be rotating to bottom lane.
Rune's
Rune is top though. I want to give a shout out to Hani, who's using our Invoker set, other than the hair. He's actually mixed and matched it quite a bit, which is the beauty of our Invoker set, of course. This bottom lane though, in quite a bit of peril.
Radiant's
Because I
bottom
don't think
tower
Fnatic is
under
gonna
attack.
even attempt to defend this. Warlock
They can't defend this. It's too late.
level 4. I think what they really need is obviously Warlock to get level 6 so they can actually
Radiant's bottom
initiate
tower has
properly
fallen.
into a team fight, followed up by a Centaur Blink, hopefully, which is about 600 away now, so shouldn't be too long from now.
Dire's
Honestly,
middle tower
I know this
is
sounds
under
weird
attack.
because they're behind by 5,000 gold, but I think this doesn't look so bad for Fnatic as it has done in other games at the same point with the same amount of deficit. Just with the combination of heroes that they have, and like you
Dire's
say,
top
how strong they're
tower is
actually
under
going to be
attack.
when they get their ultimates, if they can buy time and if they can keep Hani farming, I think they definitely have a shot at coming back into this game. It's still going to be really hard as now. Stampede, that's really ambitious by them. They're actually trying for it. He will stop the TP.
Very nice. No Tail's gonna hit, or take the Ice Blast to the face though, but Potts is gonna go down, and of course only level 1 Ice Blast is not gonna do anything as far as Shatter's
I actually
concerned.
think Pass could have ran. He could have, he could
Yeah.
have just run. I mean,
Is the Stampede audio global? If it is, or if he
Radiant's
saw
middle
that it was
tower
used,
is
then he
under
probably
attack.
panicked, just assuming that they would catch up.
exactly.
But yeah,
it was
they
a
weren't
really
close at all.
It was actually a kind of poorly used Stampede if Pass would just run, but he was intimidated into thinking he was getting cornered, so
Right.
he tried to TP out. So it did work out for Fnatic, but that was actually pretty close to going wrong. Still, they're showing signs of life. I mean, it's not like last game where they were just getting caught out everywhere and couldn't even fight back, because in this game they do have the potential to turn it around. They have stuns, they have setup, they have fighting potential. Mid lane, we're gonna see it right now. Fly's coming in, Fata is pretty far up, and Trixie's doing good damage
Trixie,
now. Oh,
he's out of
he had
mana,
the
though.
courier syndrome again. Do I hit the hero or do I hit the ward? And
I don't think he would have gotten the kill anyway. No mana to speak of, no chase
he couldn't
ability.
have got him. But he was again a little bit like, do I want this, do I want that? Well, I'm gonna go for the ward. So, Fnatic didn't die again. And they're buying time, no tail. He's getting somewhere on his Meepo as well. This hasn't been his best Meepo showing because the last time we saw it was actually in the Dream League in Captain's Mode. He played an amazing early game. But because of the deficit they were at from the beginning, it's hard for him to shine. Whereas now in mid, Nigel, we're gonna go in
Radiant's
triple!
structures
And there's the... Oh my god, the first damage from Centaur is something. He gets trapped in the ward zone and the ice shards. In addition to this, Pot taking so much damage. Will go down eventually. There comes the
Radiant's middle
Eclipse
tower
though.
has fallen.
Mostly on creeps. And Warlock finally level 6. As you see, he's finally using his ultimate. Miggle is done for thanks to the chaotic offering. Tusk basically going in to die. He gets his punch off though. They actually trade! Oh my god.
Oh my god!
But the courier lived, Cinderin. The courier lived.
Oh
Radiant's
my
middle
god,
tower
I
is under
can't
attack.
believe what I just saw there.
Well, you get double team
That
wipes,
was
man.
the sickest fight. Like, both teams so aggressively, everything was used. And in the end, who died last? It was Trixie who died last. So he got all the experience from the Luna, which is actually really important. That's solo experience for him. He was struggling. He's now level 8 because of that. I mean, that fight was absurd.
No, Trixie died to... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Trixie died last, right? Luna died right before him.
Yeah.
The shot
Yeah,
was
yeah.
mid-air from the glaive, and then she died to the Infernal.
I thought he had died to the Rasta Wars, but okay. Yeah, that
That
makes
was
sense.
that was so sick. These are the kind of fights that we're always hoping for. No matter what the game mode is and what the teams are, it's always a thrill when you get fights like that. Very well executed by
tail.
both teams. Yeah, no tail's in trouble.
They don't see him. He's just gonna poof out to his team, who is smoked up, along with the other Meepo actually. Ani ready to go.
Might have given it away. Since he
Radiant's
must have
bottom
poofed to
tower
another
is under
Meepo, so,
attack.
but no, looks like Sigma don't see it
Stars,
coming.
gonna hit an ancient apparition. Here comes the punch! Burst damage on the AA. He's gonna be able to get off the spells. The tornado's only gonna hit one. There goes Centaur, getting a kill on ancient apparition. He's gonna continue some aggression on the Shadow Shaman, but of course he's getting quite low. But there's the Warlock heal. Keep him alive. And surprisingly, this fight ends with only one dead. Considering when you have somebody like a Centaur and a Tusk, typically, I mean, honestly, I know the double team wipe isn't the most usual circumstance, but it's more, I feel like it's more common with these heroes than what we just saw with only one dying. That's kind of odd.
The main reason that fight didn't break into anything major was that ultimates were pulled in. And speaking of which,
of that.
yeah, fire. Oh, okay, okay.
Wow.
Okay, Era got killed. And there's the ult for good man. Wait, they wanted that
Boom!
Centaur dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is
But
under
yeah, let's...
attack.
I mean, there was no Magnus ulti. RP was on cooldown. Chaotic Offering was on cooldown as well. And Luna wasn't there, so...
Radiant's top tower is
I think
under
it was actually
attack.
kind of expected to only get one kill there. Now Meepo is gonna catch out Shadow Shaman together with Hani. Easy kill. Also, that was 1900
Radiant's
gold. We
bottom
shouldn't
tower
forget
is
that
under
this
attack.
Meepo is actually... He can get really strong in the mid game. Of course, he's against a ton of heroes that can just kill him if he gets out of position. But if he gets the right initiation, especially together with the Centaur, he has sick burst damage. And he's gonna almost hit level 10 at this point, which will give him his level 2 ultimate. Unless if I'm remembering incorrectly, which I don't think I am. I believe it. Yeah, it's level 3, 10, and 17.
Oh, he goes blink too. Crazy.
I was expecting that. This is what he usually does because
So early.
he needs it. It's the only way for him to reliably get into the fight and get his poofs off, and the timing is perfect. He's almost level 10, so he will have the 3 Meepos at that point. And then he has the triple poof level 4, yeah. That's pretty damn good. And I don't know, this game feels really even to me. And they're 7,500 gold behind, so you're just starting to imagine if they get even, I think Fnatic will probably take this. The question is if they can ever catch up. They're Luna with
Oh,
Midas.
here's the
Nice
initiation. Beautifully done. Oh, the Decrepify is going to keep it alive for now, but of course Double Edge will go straight through that, no problem. Fly's going to be the only one hit by the Ice Blast. As we have Magnus giving a kill on that Evoker, apparently. Fat in the meantime. Oh, no, Tail, you are in a lot of trouble, good sir. He's going to try to get a kill before he goes down, but no, he's going to micro very well, because it is no Tail after all, and the Chaotic Operator is going to get the last hit. Trixie's in a lot of trouble. This is going to be his 7th death, and it definitely is, so Fly... Oh, he's done. He's done. For his own. Here comes Centaur! Triple kill for Miggle. Centaur goes down barely to the Eclipse. It is a team wipe in the favor of Sigma. Oh boy. So close to getting at least 2 more kills in Fnatic's favor, but just not going to happen. As they're going to clean up this Chaotic Offering.
I think Era made the wrong decision on his final blink there. He actually had Miggle and Pass stacked up together. He could have probably blinked, double stomped, and double edged them, I think. But he had his eyes locked on Paris, and his blink was too short. So he couldn't catch up for the stomp, didn't get anything out of that. Is this... I guess you're laughing about the golem.
It's a creeper.
Hunting him around, but... Alright, we're gonna get to the point in the game now where things get nasty for Fnatic. Because of how poorly the early game went and how much free gold, especially the top lane of Sigma got, Luna now has Midas, BKB, and Morbid Mask at 15 minutes. This is insane farm.
Wow. And
And no one on Fnatic even comes close. Look at the net worth. They're 4,000 gold behind on the second hero. The question is, what hero on Fnatic can really out-carry a Luna? I'm not seeing it, and until she had the BKB, they had a pretty good chance by just, you know, spell bursting her down. It's not going to be the case anymore. And that's really worrying, especially when Hani is building into an
Dire's
Orchid, which
top
is also
tower
going to do
is
nothing
under
against
attack.
the BKB Luna. This is looking really good for Sigma right now.
Gonna dig out the nether ward. That's actually kind of big this early when they know Roshan is being attacked by the Dire, but of course the roster wards are in there to get him pretty freaking low. And the question is Sigma going to commit to this? The nether ward is actually going to be off cooldown in 10 seconds, so should be ready for this fight if they choose to initiate. Era still has Blink Dagger, still has ult. Trixie.
Dire's structures
I'm shocked he doesn't have
fortified.
Frozen Sigil. Can you please explain this to me?
I was thinking the same. At least get 1 point, because it's really good on level 1 as well. But the majority of Sigma's damage output is spell-based, so then the attack speed slow doesn't matter, but I still feel like having the Sigil could have given them a bit of an advantage there when they say, nice tornado!
Oh, can he get off his ultimate? He does, but it's only on no-tail. Hani getting Lucid Beam, BKB popped by Paris. That is a dead Centaur. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Both strength heroes killed for each respective team. Trixie is going to be forced back. Roshan is not dead yet, but he's extremely low. I feel like Sigma could actually finish this off, because Centaur is going to be the main damage source at this point. No-tail coming in. There's the AA. Oh, there's going to be huge. A Chaotic Offering to follow, though. Paris getting extremely low. He will fall in the end. Trixie trying to get Roshan. God, he is a greedy monkey this game. In the meantime, Fly and Hani trying to get the kill on Fata. The Tornado will completely miss. Chaotic Offering still here, though, as Pos. I'm actually shocked that Sigma is going to get cleaned up overall. Triple kill for Pos, though.
They're so low again. Oh,
It ends with everybody
my
so
goodness.
freaking low. Centaur is now up. Where is he? Okay, he's gonna TP in, but this Roshan is gonna be dead. Who's gonna put? Okay, Fata's gonna pick up the Aegis. See, I think Sigma, and we saw this in the last series, they're really good at kiting people around when they're really low. Because I honestly thought that Fnatic was gonna win that fight despite the initiation by Magnus. Sigma's just so good at running around with low HP and not dying for whatever reason. Of course, the mech certainly helps as well.
They were really good at reinitiating there,
Dire's
and I
middle
think
tower is
that
under
fight
attack.
was Fnatic's to take if they had Chaotic Offering when Era blinked in. He got a really great initiation off, but they couldn't follow through because they were stuck in the front fighting other heroes, and then Era kind of got one shot inside the pit afterwards, and Offering was like 5 seconds on cooldown, and at the same time Eclipse was also on cooldown, so I guess in a way that evens out. And it's just, these fights are even with a 10k gold deficit. So you're just starting to imagine what Fnatic could have potentially done in this game if the laning stage hadn't been an absolute disaster. But the position they're stuck in right now, I think they need to find ganks, because to me these 5-on-5 engagements are not going to go their way right now. They need 1 or 2 key items to do that, and now they have good pick-off items. They have the Blink Dagger on No-Tail, Blink Dagger on Centaur, and they have the Orchid on Hani. And that makes for an easy pickup on any hero apart from the Luna who has BKB. Kind of need to do that and then start playing some split push oriented game. Because, I mean, Sigma even got an AA level 11 with Ag's Scepter now in 19 minutes.
Top lane
Absolutely
initiation.
crazy. There it goes.
Oh, terrible initiation actually from Fnatic as the Eclipse is used. Trixie will fall. A little bit of miscommunication on Fnatic's part as Miggle's gonna walk right into Fly. Is he gonna skewer him in? Yes, he is, and that is a dead Fly as well. Initiation by No-Tail to follow with Era. The double edge coming up, but of course that's the Aegis used. Fnatic dropping like flies. Hani backing up as we have a TP from No-Tail. I don't believe he's gonna reinitiate here. Fnatic playing really ballsy here. Actually, that was a buyback by No-Tail. Didn't even realize.
That was really
Radiant's
crazy
bottom tower
that they went
is
for
under
that
attack.
after the poor initiation from
Radiant
Hani and Trixie
structures
together
are
there, that they
fortified.
tried again. I think the initiation from Trixie there would have worked.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think the
Radiant's
Tornado was
top
not the right
tower
choice at
has
that
fallen.
point because it takes too long. It's a good setup for you to get in, but what they really wanted was to get a quick snipe and get out. And the time that the Tornado kept the target away was actually more beneficial to Sigma than it was to Fnatic. And they're
Radiant's
trying
middle
to
tower
get a
is
little more out
under
of it. Oh, they're gonna catch out Paris. That's a big kill for No-Tail, who's probably gonna die for it.
Radiant's top tower is
Now
Hey,
Fata,
blast
he's
along with
Orchided.
Shockwave. Yeah, Fata's Orchid, but here comes Shadowstorm, who just picked up a Blink Dagger. You're seeing that effect here. Chaotic Offering used on a solo Ancient Appa freaking Rishon. As he gets right-clicked by the Chaotic Offering. Air in the meantime getting shackled by Rasta and initiated upon by Fata, but nothing will occur there as he's just going to walk out no problem. Fly and Trixie, Miggle chasing. There comes the Ice Shards again, the Decrepified Nether Blast. Too much damage to speak of. Trixie. Shockwave in the face. Oh, he's going to punch Magnus directly in the face as well. Still just don't understand why you don't get Ice Shard. He literally got stats over Ice Shards at this point. Good lord, I don't understand that at
Sigil,
all.
you mean, yeah?
Yeah, sorry, Frozen Sigil.
Yeah, I'm shocked by that as well, especially when it's such a teamfight-oriented game. Why would you not get at least, like, no, I think you should have
Radiant's
maxed
middle
it,
tower
honestly.
is under attack.
You need these
I would
ice
get-
shards to disallow Sigma from doing exactly what you're saying. They're kiting them around, and this shard in the teamfight could make a big difference, I feel. It's really surprising to see him not picking it up, and again, Fnatic, really valiant effort. They're
Radiant's
just
middle
so
tower
far
is under
behind,
attack.
and it's not getting easier, I'm afraid, for them. Have a Warlock Ags in the near horizon
Radiant's
with
middle
level 11.
tower is
That's a
under
possible
attack.
way of doing something in these fights, but I think it's going to be too little too late. We'll see if they can manage. If they catch out Luna again, but no tell, these Earthbinds are not close.
Centaur's
That's the
always
third one.
available though. Stampede, is he gonna get the slow off? No, actually, but the slow from Meepo himself. Paris gonna pop his BKB and the initiation is here. And the backup from Sivgana. RP is used. Oh my god, no tail. This one Meepo will die. He's gonna get a right click though. 3 dead for Fnatic. This is just going downhill really fast, and you're absolutely right when you say that Fnatic needs to get pickoffs until they can get some core items like the Ags and like extra items on Meepo, such as an Agnum Scepter and all that good stuff. But Sigma is just winning every single team fight at this point. So, and they have late game secured with the Luna. It's gonna be really tough because we have initiation again.
Really aggressive
Blink
here.
Dagger, Shadow Shaman.
Oh, I didn't blink.
Centaur in the meantime.
Era didn't get the
he
blink
must've-
off.
Well, I think maybe.
Stomped the ground.
Yeah, he stomped the ground. Does that have anything to do with Nether Ward? I don't think so.
Radiant's bottom
No,
tower
it's
not even
is
up.
under attack.
And he would still be able to blink, and even now,
Yeah.
Netherwood doesn't even counter blink dagger because it's 0 mana. So you don't
Radiant's
even,
bottom
True.
tower
you don't even
has
Yeah, that's so
fallen.
take damage from using it, unless if there is a bug, which... Actually wondering how it works when you blink, if it shows the ray but doesn't do damage, but I don't think so. Trixie is spam pinging Era, good job getting stuck in the woods. I don't know if that's a ping of blame, if they're just having a good laugh, but the fact is, this game is kind of reaching into unrecoverable territory for Fnatic. And before we went into this game today, I know Sigma has been doing better lately, but I was not expecting them to dominate a 2-0. I would have said it was definitely possible that they would win. I'd probably have said 2-1 in that case. Today they've just been a different class. And I think Fnatic, the drafting today hasn't been as good as in the rest of the tournament. And they also just flat out been outplayed, I feel, as well. Sigma have read their movements
think
and countered them well.
This game, it was the laning stage. You didn't get all you got out of Centaur in the laning stage was farm, where he should be getting kills. And Tusk, obviously feeding top doesn't really help things, but I can't blame him too much. I mean, he's sure he was a little bit over aggressive top, but again, it's Tusk against a tri-lane. I mean, how well do you think that's going to go to begin with? I was expecting Tusk to be in some sort of a aggressive tri-lane with Centaur in the top lanes. We have initiation, Fata, the tornado again, not the greatest choice. As BKB's pop, there's a huge RP, and good lord, this is so much AoE damage. Tusk is able to clean up a kill on Rasta, but Sigma is just cleaning up yet again. Trixie will fall. The last to survive is Warlock.
Radiant's middle
Oh
tower
man, he's
is
so
under
close to
Radiant's
the Axe
middle
as well.
tower has fallen.
But this is going to be a tier
Again-
3, and GG's call.
Yeah, GG. And again, that tornado, once again, I feel like the last few tornadoes have actually been counteracting Fnatic's initiations. And that time again, they might have been able to actually burst down the Pugna without using the tornado, but instead they end up buying him time to get the BKB off by doing it. But once again, wow, holy 1,000 gold and experience per minute gained by Sigma over Fnatic in this game. What a really one-sided series we had today. I was totally not expecting this.
This is obviously Captain's Draft, so you can't know exactly yet or what's available to you, but I'm just surprised that Fnatic